It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. The name of that band is called Fifth Freedom.
Like that.
And the name of that tune is called Bridge to Burn.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see here. Trying to pull up this story here real quick.
All right.
Let's see here.
Fifth Freedom, huh? Another band that's getting a lot of love on this show.
Yeah, I like that. I like that band a lot.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Let me see here.
Dude, I'm about ready to fucking kill the people of your town, the Orville Redenbacher fucking people.
Why? What happened?
I made a bag of popcorn. It says fucking put it in for between 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes on high. So I put it in for 2:15 and it fucking burned a hole in the bag. Fucking caught fire.
Okay.
Fucking assholes.
Is this Orville Redenbacher?
Yeah. It's Orville Redenbacher's gourmet popping corn. Shit. Fuck Orville Redenbacher. I want some Jiffy Pop from now on. Isn't that from your neighborhood, Orville Redenbacher?
Yeah, of course. That's where he's from.
Nope, the big popcorn festival.
Yeah, once a year.
Have you ever actually gone to the popcorn festival?
I have not.
I was going to say, that doesn't seem like you. Oh, let me buy some caramel popcorn or some peach popcorn. What else can you do with popcorn other than pour some fucking flavors on it? Is there anything else you could do?
Well, I'm sure that there's a ton of shit you could do.
What? Make a string with it on it? I mean, what do you do with popcorn other than eat it?
Right.
It just seems like a waste.
Yeah. It's an industry for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. Here I am sitting here eating my bag of burnt popcorn, but I love popcorn, but I just can't imagine what you would do at a fucking all-day festival about popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's they do the whole street market, and they close the street off, and they got all kinds of vendors out there, and it's just sort of like I don't know what you want to call it, a town festival of some sort or another.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was asking if you'd ever done it, because I was curious what they do.
No. I can't say that I have, but yes, it is a yearly thing that they do here.
The big contest. Guess how many pieces of popcorn are filling this car? Then you win the car if you guess exactly right.
Sure.
Sounds great.
Right. All right. Well,
off all that fucking butter off the seats.
All right, we did a story here about a week ago.
Okay.
About the radio business, the business of radio. We talked about the royalty rates and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you are aware, but the nation's number 2 radio company has filed for Chapter 11.
Cumulus.
That's correct.
Cumulus filed for Chapter 11. Now, 11 is what? Reorganization?
Yeah, that's protection while you reorganize.
Okay.
So your debtors aren't there. They can't collect. They basically put your debts on hold.
Okay.
So they're not after you, and you're not accumulating more and more debt while you're restructuring in order to figure out how to pay your debt. And then when you do come out of Chapter 11, if you do come out of Chapter 11. Mm-hmm. You probably will only pay a percentage of what you owe your debtors. It'll be a structured settlement. Yeah.
And if you're one of the people that Cumulus owes, and you just see that you're not going to get anything, you just got to want to burn that station to the ground.
So if they may only pay you like 3 cents on a dollar or something.
Oh, wow. And they wonder why people take out executives from time to time.
Sure.
That would really drive me crazy.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Cumulus Media, the nation's second largest radio company with 446 stations across 90 markets, announced Wednesday night that it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection as part of the structured agreement with its lenders.
Okay.
The Atlanta-based firm said it hopes a restructuring support agreement with lenders will reduce its debt by more than $1 billion.
Oof. So $1 billion reduced to like 30 grand.
Well, probably, it'll reduce it probably down to maybe 30% of that. So it's like maybe 300 million or something like that.
Wow.
Or maybe even less. I don't know.
Probably less, because even 300 million sounds like a big nut, even if it is a huge company like this.
Well,
300 million's a lot of coin, dude.
It is a lot, but it's not $1 billion.
No, but still, 300 million. I don't care what company that is. That's hurting.
That is true. The company has been weighed down by debt since 2011, since the acquisition of the Citadel Broadcasting.
Okay.
So basically two losers pulling each other down.
Right.
Yeah, basically that's what happens.
That is, because Citadel was, that's where Opie and Anthony got their syndication
Well,
start.
there was a lot of big ones out there at one time. There was Sinclair Broadcasting.
Sure.
And obviously Cumulus and obviously Clear Channel. And I think there was a insurance company that was into the radio broadcasting. Was it Nationwide?
Probably.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was an insurance company that was part of broadcasting, and they basically diversified and sold out.
Right.
In its announcement about turnaround efforts, Cumulus said that it has ample cash on hand to carry on with the normal programming during the restructuring process. Mary Berner, the company's president.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop. So they're saying they can continue doing what they're doing, which has put them into this fucking predicament.
No, what they're saying is that they have enough cash on hand to operate the stations until they figure out how to restructure to make them more profitable.
Here's a clue. Close some of the stations.
Well, they may have to sell some off or close some, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the first clue.
But that's part of the restructuring process, is to decide how they're going to restructure in order to make them profitable again. And they may have to spin off a few stations. They may have to sell some properties. They may have to cut some staff. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is that they have to do.
You know what they never seem to do, though, in these things, which I think should be part of the legality of this? The top guys should be fired as part of a reorg. If you're only going to pay 3 cents on the dollar, then you should absolutely cut the fucking head off that put you in that predicament in the first place, shouldn't you?
Yeah, but again, a lot of it has to do with the marketplace too.
Okay.
That they probably didn't act quick enough, because you and I both know, and for anybody to say that they don't know this, broadcast radio medium has been dying for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Or longer. But
sure.
I'm going to put it at 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
With the onset of, well, number one, satellite radio at one point was kind of a threat, but even they suffered a lot of problems. I think they were like at $4 billion in debt at one point.
And they're going to go right back to it when Stern retires.
Yeah. So, the thing is that any over-the-air broadcast medium is just not a profitable venture unless, of course, you're sports or news talk radio or something like that.
Yeah, because it's cheap to do that kind of programming. Even if you've got the most expensive guys, the Rush Limbaughs and whatever, it's still cheaper per day to do that than it is to do, traditional radio.
Well, the thing is that they're syndicated, so you've got one guy broadcasting over hundreds of stations. Mm-hmm. And number two, it's original content. It's not the same old 45 songs played again and again and again every day.
Right.
Because, if you listen to any, we'll just take classic rock stations that are programmed through like Clear Channel or iHeartMedia or whatever they call themselves today.
Yeah.
If you listen to that station long enough, you can almost predict what the next song is going to be.
Oh, sure.
If you listen to it every day, you know that about 2 o'clock, Leonard Skinner Freebird is going to play.
Right, sure.
You know, something like to that effect. But you get a Rush Limbaugh or, you know, a Sean Hannity or whatever talk guy you want to put out there. That's new content every day.
And plus, FM always sticks to the fucking standards that are just bullshit. Stop doing traffic. Stop doing fucking weather. You know, I've never understood why you need a radio station to tell you the weather. Look outside.
Well, not only that, but most people have smartphones now.
Yeah.
And the weather is right on there. You got the weather app.
Yeah, and if you're looking for traffic, just fucking pull up maps on your phone, and it'll tell you, don't go this way, or route me, or you can literally say, route me around traffic, and it will. You know, the radio is still stuck in 1973, and it doesn't work anymore. People aren't discovering bands from the radio anymore, and people aren't fucking looking for the traffic and weather on the 10s anymore.
Right.
You know, that day is done.
Sure. Let's see here. Mary Berner, the company's president and CEO, remarked that the progress has been made over the last 2 years, including increased ratings, market share gains, and a return to year-over-year revenue growth, but that the debt overhang left by previous years of underperformance remains a significant financial challenge that we must overcome for our operational turnaround to proceed. So they're carrying a lot of old debt. I don't know when they bought out Citadel, they may have acquired the debt, whatever that debt may have been, and they were never be able to, you know, retire that debt.
Sure.
And it just snowballed, I guess.
Probably. Dude, look at the last picture that Global Mutation just put in the chat room. Does that just look like the worst radio show of all time? Between the three people, even though the chick's hot.
Yeah, the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
That looks terrible.
Rumble in the morning.
It's real funny. It says so right under the Bert Show. Real funny.
Okay.
The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
Do a Google real quick. I know I'm straying you off of your topic.
That's
here.
Okay.
Do a Google and see if we can find some audio of the Bert Show.
All right.
I gotta know what the Bert Show is.
Yeah, the Bert Show.
I gotta hear some Bert Show.
And not only that, but the names of these stupid morning radio shows are still horrible.
Well, the Bert Show's got me. I haven't heard anything that good since Rover's Morning Glory.
Yeah. Here we go. The Bert Show.
The Bert Show. You got any audio?
Yeah, thebertshow.com.
All right.
On demand. Profile picture is Bert being pretty. Okay, let's see what this is. Clicking on. Listen to the entire show on demand.
I don't know that we need all that.
Did you miss today's show? Catch up on everything all in one place below. Okay, let's see here. Stream the show. Bert's Nose Job playlist.
Is Bert the guy with the big nose?
He must be. He's the guy on the right, I would imagine.
Is that Bert, or is the fat guy Bert?
I would say that the guy on the right is Bert.
Okay.
I'm going to guess that.
All right. I would have got Big Bird instead of Bert, but okay.
Okay. I'm going to read these topics here, and you can tell me what you think sounds interesting here.
All right. Let's go.
We got Bert's Nose Job playlist.
That sounds good.
We've got E-Buzz, an Ed Sheeran and Beyonce collaboration.
Oh, boy.
Is Brian being easy breezy in his relationship?
Now we're talking.
Who worked together after infidelity?
I want to hear about Brian.
Okay, is Brian being too easy breezy in his relationship?
I've been wondering that for minutes now.
All right, let's see what these comedians have to say.
All right.
It's the Bert Show.
You know what's really tough in a relationship is being low-key and having to raise...
All right, they got the horrible music playing behind it. Always with the terrible music.
Yeah. Like you're in a dance club having a chat.
Yeah, the music bed is just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Your intensity level
with his radio
for
voice.
somebody that you're in the relationship with, because you really can be too easy breezy.
100% you can be too easy breezy. I think we talk a lot on this show about things that as a man I wasn't even aware really existed, and then I try to kind of assimilate my brain and understand those are things like the
Now, see, here's where I have a problem with this kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a professional radio station.
Mm-hmm.
The audio is shit.
Yeah, it is a little tinny. Isn't it?
Why can't they record the audio and have it be, a good sound?
Because they can't afford Audacity.
I don't get that. It's just like, well, you belong or you work at a sponsored radio station.
What is the station?
What is this? It's real funny. The Bert Show. I'm not really sure where they're today's show. I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, look at them. They just look like three regular guys, or two regular guys and a regular chick.
All right.
It's a regular radio.
Go to I don't know. Maybe a podcast. I'm not really sure.
It's real. It's funny.
Okay.
It's the Bert Show.
All right. Here we go.
concept of mental load. Because this is what I've been struggling with lately. So mental load, I don't know, Kristen, if you have a better idea of it, but to me, it's the things that, as a man, I didn't even know were something that women were planning for. Like, because women will be like, I need to get all these details handled for this before they come into town so that their experience is great. Like, because women worry about other people so much.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a name.
Oh.
That just cuts through your head like nails.
I just reached for the fucking radio to change the station.
Yeah.
The minute that voice came in.
I know.
Like, oh, God. And this conversation. So this is like an effeminate guy trying to be more effeminate by talking to a chick.
No, this is Grover's Morning Glory.
Grover. Grover's Morning Glory.
Yeah, this is what this is.
I love that. That's funny.
For it, I knew it existed, and I was reading a book that gave it the definition of emotional load, and that women...
Who uses terms like this? Emotional load. Who uses a term like that? Have you ever used a term like that ever?
All the time.
Emotional load?
You know, I was just talking to Kelly last night. I was like, I'm carrying this huge emotional load with me.
Stop it.
I need you to sort that out for me. Start at the waist.
Who says that shit?
Men carry this burden with them that men are not privy to, which is, for example, at the office, decorating the studio for birthdays. That would be considered, because it's all about building chemistry, making people feel good. I mean, yeah, we work hard and we have specific tasks to do, but it's also about emotionally supplying what people need to make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah, guys.
Hot.
Just shoot me now.
I would not make it from commercial to commercial with this show. Oh, my God.
Who listens to this kind of shit?
I gotta hear more.
Oh, my God. Look at Phil Lewis. Fuck, man. I just woke up. Have some mercy.
Aren't interested in that kind of thing, making other people feel good about themselves. Well, Davi gave us a great example one time when she was.
This is what I have a problem with these kind of broadcasts.
Okay.
The mics are never even on this shit.
No.
This guy's got the big vocal processor on him because he's the who is this guy? He's the main guy. Bert. Yeah, Bert. He's got the big vocal processor on his mic. His co-host, they have the tinny mics going on. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, well, dude, that's the way it should be.
They're on Q100, 100.5 FM.
So right in the middle of the dial.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big one.
Okay.
All right.
telling us that she felt it was her responsibility to send the cards out to her husband's family, because if he didn't do it, they'd look at her like, how come we didn't get a card? Why was it her responsibility? Right?
And again, that's part of the emotional load, because it makes the other
emotional load.
Then again, that's part of the emotional load.
Yeah.
Ugh,
well, I gotta admit though, do you send out Christmas cards?
No.
See, guys don't do that shit. And women get all wound up in that garbage.
Oh, I don't carry that emotional load. I've since given that up.
person feel good, and you feel responsible for other people's feelings. Therefore, you put that load on yourself.
Exactly. And
this is why women don't belong in power. Ever.
Daly, you're not feeling her emotional load here.
Yeah, I know, but our job is to worry about everybody else's feelings.
Yeah, I need to know that you feel good by sending you a Christmas card.
You know how you can make me feel good, honey? Just suck my dick.
Yeah.
And don't look up at me like a gopher either.
I don't know, the look up can be good.
I've realized I'm a very go-with-the-flow, breezy person. But breezy also walks a fine line with selfish, because the reason I'm breezy about it is because, I don't really care about that. Because that's not in my, I call it go-with-the-flow, but whatever you care about is outside my flow, so I ain't going with it.
Wow, how many cocks has this guy sucked this week?
My head is going to explode.
The Bert Show. So glad I don't live in Atlanta. Holy smoke. Can you imagine this is what you got to subject yourself to every day? Look, there they are on the cover of the Atlanta magazine.
The Bert Show.
Yes, it's tacky, but we can't stop listening. See? Oh, my God. This is a great show. The Bert Show.
The Bert Show. Wish I had that here in the Chicagoland area.
I want to check out First Sex Fridays. Can't wait to hear that.
All right. After we play this little segment, I think the next one up, it's a short segment.
Okay.
Bert has a burning question.
Oh, I need to know what it is.
Can birds steal my dog?
Oh, I gotta know.
All right.
Up next on the Bert Show.
Well, let's listen to more about the emotional load.
All right, let's hear some more emotional load.
But that's because I've been doing my own thing for so long.
I feel like I need a real life example.
I'm coming with them. I have about 10 of them.
Okay.
I wrote them on the back of this cream cheese lid.
You know I have plenty of excess paper over here.
You hate her. Somebody sat down in a meeting room with tape of this girl and said, that's the perfect voice for these two guys. That will make the show perfect. That voice. Holy cow.
Now our own Kendall Peters, she does radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I've listened to her show on a few occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not.
I would hope not. Although if she wants to be on the Bert Show, she might need to make a change.
Well, she said she's going to intern on a morning show, but she doubts it'll be as good as the Bert Show.
Look at what she posted there.
See that?
Be nice. I got to interview Jeff on Monday.
That's true. You are going to talk to Jeff.
I am.
All right, here we go.
Running late on preparing. So I wrote him on the back of a cream cheese lid.
You never know where it is.
Eddie Rocks, Metallica, Emotional Load.
Wait a minute. Why are you interrupted? He's telling me what he wrote on the back of the cream cheese lid.
Just thought Metallica caught my eye.
No, stop, dude. He's telling us what he wrote. It was so important that he wrote it on a cream cheese lid.
Right.
Come on.
That's clever and funny.
Hilarious. Real funny.
No, it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Inspiration can come from. You got to write it down
Just
immediately.
Felt right. So what I've noticed is the holiday season comes with a lot of planning. There's a lot of planning, a lot of small details and things. And what I noticed is over the last, 3 weeks, I noticed that my girlfriend has been doing all this extra planning she doesn't need to do, specifically not her job to do, to make sure, my mom came into town for Thanksgiving, and she was like, we got to get your house cleaned, we got to, and I'm like, okay, I'll get a cleaning service. She's like, don't worry, I can do it when I'm at work. And I'm like, well, I can do it too. And she's like, no, I'll do it. And I'm like, okay, if you want to do it. And she's just doing all these little things. And she's like, okay, decorations, and she found a tree. She's like, go get that tree. So she was doing all these things, coordinating everything, because she wanted my mom's trip out here to be super special. And I've noticed that I was kind of the whole time going yeah, sure, I'll go get the tree. I'll go do this. I'll go, yeah, whatever you say. Then I realized, I'm putting she's taking on so much.
God, shut up. Shut up!
God, she's taking on so much.
She's so brave. She fucking washed the dishes and put up a tree. She's a special woman. Enough. She's doing what everybody does. It's not a story. Okay, your mom fucking does housework. Thanks. I just solved your whole fucking half-hour story. Tell me something else.
Of things that I should be doing, because I don't want to put her in a position where, sure, it's easy now, but, years from now, that kind of could turn into resentment if I'm just Mr. Wait till you tell me to do something to go do it.
It's the initiative. It's
exactly.
taking the initiative.
She got this job because she's incredibly hot. Because I'm looking at the picture of her, Kristen Klingshirn.
You know who she sounds like?
Who? No.
Tammy Faye Baker.
Kind of. She looks kind of like Britney Spears with great tits.
Right.
Oh, she's got a nice set of fucking funnies on her fucking chest.
But if you go back to any old clips of Tammy Faye Baker, that's who she sounds like.
Yeah. I can't stop looking at her tits.
Initiative. I always like getting fresh flowers for our guests when they come over. It would be so cool if you would just take the initiative and you would do some of that.
Okay, let's take initiative out of the equation, because clearly that's not part of your DNA. So what if...
Hysterical.
Yeah.
These guys are real funny.
Whatever.
They are real funny. Jeez, oh man.
So
I'm trying, man.
So what if it's as easy as her going, hey, just planting a seed with you. Hey, your family is coming. Maybe you want to decorate for your family. And then it's off her plate, and now it's something you hadn't thought of, but she brought it up, and now it's on your plate.
It's even bigger than that. I knew my mom was coming to town. That wasn't something that was sprung on me. I booked the airplane tickets. I knew all that stuff. I also knew certain things needed to happen. I needed to put together some furniture. I needed to get someone to clean the house. I needed to get some decorations because I wanted my godson to come into town, and I'm not going to see him on Christmas. So I thought, hey, I'll buy him some cool presents and he can open them now. It's super early Christmas, Christmas before Thanksgiving for him. I think what I realized is to be aware of emotional load, mental load.
Stop it with the emotional and mental loads. Stop it.
Up. Sounds like you're going to jizz on your godson. Enough with the loads.
The fact that you blew a load and have a godson, or somebody did.
Yeah. The only load you should be thinking about is emptied onto fucking Kirsten's tits. Jesus.
The emotional load.
I agree with global mutation. This can't be a real man talking. What a pussy. Exactly.
I don't think I've ever even heard that term before this.
I haven't either. Emotional load. But the Bert Show's got it together.
All right, whatever.
And these things, and not even get to the point where she's going, hey, your mom's coming in town in a couple weeks. You know, do all this stuff. I need to, so the fresh flowers thing. I know we're going to have guests over on Friday. It's Monday. I already know some of the things I need to do because even her having to ask me, like, hey, can you get fresh flowers? is still a little bit of emotional load because that.
Getting fresh flowers is a little bit of an emotional load.
Very much is. Just think of all the emotion you have to do to go and buy a fucking thing of flowers.
You go to grocery stores periodically, yeah?
Every once in a great while,
Yeah.
sure.
So you walk in the front door. What's usually to the right or to the left as soon as you walk in the front door?
Of course, you can grab a fucking batch of flowers.
Of course. As soon as you walk in the door, there's all kinds of flowers. You pick that up. You put that in your grocery cart. Go pick up your roasted chicken and whatever else the fuck you're buying, and that's it. Your emotional load is solved.
But you gotta be prepared to unload that emotion at that grocery store.
Go
Takes
pick up some
preparation,
fresh
Neil.
flowers. That's part of the emotional load.
Takes preparation to unleash that emotional load, Neely. Come on. The emotional load.
Look at Eddie Rocks. What the fuck is it with that term? Good fucking God. Everybody with their emotional baggage and their feelings. It's like, I've never, ever dealt with that much garbage in my life.
But see, the real thing is if we weren't listening to this to goof on it, we would have fucking turned this off in our car the second we heard that term.
Of course.
Emotional load, out. What else is on?
And it's
It
like
is, yeah.
her stressing about.
Oh my God, you get it! Oh, I'm gonna cry because you get it.
Because then she's stressing about, will he actually do this?
But when isn't it?
Is she stressing about that?
Sounds like it.
Stressing about it that you stopped at the grocery store and grabbed up some flowers when you walked through the door?
Well, she sounded pretty excited that he gets it. That he gets it.
All right.
But it's not her responsibility. So once she mentions it to you because it's your family,
you nailed
isn't
it.
that on your mental load?
You're getting it. That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe how funny they are. They get it. He gets it. Jeez, oh man.
I hate to think that these people are actually expressing their true thoughts on this kind of shit. If this is really how they conduct their lives in real life, and that this emotional load
Yeah.
is something that consumes them or that they deal with in real life, it's just like, where do you people live?
Yeah. Fantasy world.
Apparently.
Dude, first of all, as a man, has your dad ever come to visit you
Once.
in Chicago?
Once.
Did you buy flowers?
No.
Of course not. When you've gone to visit your dad, how many times have you visited your dad since you've lived in Chicago?
Oh, many times. I go 3-4 times a year.
Okay. 30 times?
Since I've been here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of those 30 times, how many of them did you walk in and your dad had flowers on the table?
Never.
Of course. Emotional load my ass. This is a fake fucking thing from start to finish. No man is worried about fucking flowers.
No.
For
No,
their
he's
parents.
not worried about flowers. His chick wants flowers, and he's got to handle it because she told him to.
How about this? Here's how you handle it. You want flowers? You go get them. There, I just dumped my emotional load. Right on your fucking head.
Right. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Yo,
Have you called to dump your emotional load on us?
no, I just called you guys, and nobody said, hey, there's no guy that says, hey, that's screening me. I just called your line here.
That's pretty
and
amazing.
I'm
You
ready
got
to-
right through to the stars of the show. You're talking to the main men here. That is Chris Aiken and Neely of the Classic Metal Show.
Oh, I know. Fucking hail and kill motherfuckers from West Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
Home
What's
of Tom
going on?
Kiefer, right down the street in Springfield, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Anyway, I got a couple beers in me, and I don't even know what you guys are talking about tonight. I listen to you all the time. I just decided to call you.
All right.
First time, long time.
Okay.
All right.
How do you feel about plexiglass keeping
The plexiglass at the convenience stores in place to prevent murders and killings at the convenience stores?
Well, there's a lot of that in West Philly where I live. And if they want to get through it, they'll get through it. And I go through some rough areas like Chester, PA.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, man. It's like to be politically correct.
No, don't be politically correct. We don't like
You're
that.
right. You're right, Mr. Neely. Or Mr. Wendell, I'm sorry. You're right.
Well, say that with a rapper voice. Oh, Mr. Wendell.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Mr. Wendell? Listen, in West Philadelphia, don't come in this area unless you're getting a cheesesteak, because we'll hold you up and you know, we'll take your baby.
Right.
Right.
So what's really on your mind tonight?
What's on my mind is a couple things. So, Edward Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see another guitar player coming out after him. And he's been around since, you know, the early 70s, mid 70s. And if some kid comes out today, like John 5, he's pretty good, right?
Right.
But there still hasn't been anybody that has changed the game, and I don't see it happening for another 20 years.
Why do you put a benchmark of 20 years on your thoughts?
30 years.
Well, why? I mean, what do you think is going to happen in 20 or 30 years?
All right. If that happens, I just knocked a shelf down in my kitchen, and my girl's going to kill me, and my baby's sleeping in the next room.
Well, you might have an emotional load to deal with there, but go ahead.
We're good. So if a kid comes out today and he's, let's say, early 20s, and he's, you know, a ripper, he's just going to be compared to Eddie Van Halen. Or I just think rock and roll is dead, man. And any band that comes out, even this Vettegran Fleet or whoever they are, they're just going to be compared to Led Zeppelin. And it sucks for them because they're probably good, talented kids, but they're just going to be compared. And anybody that comes out playing guitar, it's been done. And you can wear the leather pants and you can wear the vest, and it's been done. And it sucks for them. And you know, where are we going from here?
Right.
Well, as a listener of that type of music, and the fact that you picked up the phone and dialed, what would you like to see done, and why is rock and roll dead, aside from the fact that it's not supported by a commercial outlet?
Man, I'd like to see it continue, but it sucks because a band that comes out right now, they're just going to be compared. And, you know, any young guitar player that comes out, it's going to be, Eddie Van Halen, he already did it. You know, whatever. Let's get back to cheesesteaks and banging hookers.
All right.
Well, I didn't know hookers were a part of the mix, but, you know, I think that there's somebody in your district there that could probably benefit from the use of, you know, some good cock meat, and that would be Councilwoman Cindy Bass.
Cindy Bass?
Yeah.
I've never heard of her. Is she from Philly?
Yeah, she's a Philly councilwoman.
She wants to take down all the plexiglass to make it unprotected for people to come in and rob stores.
Nah, you're kidding me. I've never heard of this.
Well, you should have been tuned into the show live about an hour ago,
sorry,
because
and I apologize.
we talked about that.
Guys, and But hey, real quick, I
right.
drove tour buses for 10 years, right?
All right.
And for bands out of Nashville, and I would commute to Nashville from Philly. But one of my first tour was Tesla, reel to reel tour for the band Cinder Road. But I had CC DeVille for 3 months, great guy. But hey, I got some good stories here, but it's I'll check in with you guys later.
All right. Did you get any good stank on your hang low?
Yeah, they always threw a little bit my way, and I did all right on my own. I was younger, and but I love you guys, and I've got a couple cold ones in me, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I fucking love you guys, and fucking from West Philly, I'm gonna send some cheesesteaks your way, and some Yards IPAs, and God bless. And fucking A.
Hail and kill.
Hail and kill. Thank you. Love you, boys.
Wow.
There's a guy. There's a fan.
I guess.
There's a fan. All right, let's
call him out for not listening, but I let it go.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the Bert Show.
All right. And I'm loving the Bert Show.
And their emotional load.
I'm loving the Bert Show.
I know you'd like to squirt an emotional load on the girl.
Julie. Yeah, she's hot. You don't think she's hot?
She's okay. I'm not into blondes.
Oh, stop it.
She's okay.
Like she needs hair.
Right. All right, here we go.
All right.
Thing is, that's where emotional load really is the most detrimental to stress and to building up, is when it's not her responsibility. But that doesn't mean that she's not going to stress about it, because she had to ask me to do it, and then also wonder and stress out about, should I just do it instead of him do it? It's a very complex thing.
Kristen is just like...
Emotional load.
Emotional load.
Are you done with this?
I'm done with that one. I thought you were going to play
are you done with the emotional load? I mean, there's
done
like
with
3 more minutes of that.
No, I can't take any more of that.
All right. Let's go back down to Bert has a burning question.
I need to know what that burning question is.
Can a bird steal my dog?
I need to know the answer. Can a bird steal my dog?
Let's find out.
All right, good.
I'm not sure it's an irrational fear or not, but I've got this new puppy, Tyra. Not Lila anymore. That was the working title. I told everybody it's Tyra. Some of you guys are really outraged that I changed the name, by the way.
I am.
Really? Who's outraged?
Right here, dude. Out there. I got used to calling Bert's dog Lila, and now he's going to fuck it up by calling it Tyra.
I just want to know if it's a black lab.
It is now, because it's Tyra.
That's kind of my point.
I know. I'm just taking it all the way to where I'm not supposed to.
Right.
I mean,
I'm not surprised by that.
Really outraged.
You got to let the dog's personality fit the name, If she's not a Lila, she's not a Lila.
So just on a side note, if you watch Friday Night Lights, you would know the feisty one was Tyra, and that's why I've renamed her.
Really? You named your dog after Friday Night Lights?
Seems reasonable.
Okay. And the dog's personality is not a Lila, it's a Tyra.
Yeah, you gotta name it after the personality.
Right, sure.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
Anywho.
I hate when people do that.
That is horrendous.
Anywho.
Who
says that shit?
These 3 jewels?
All right. Anywho.
This little English bulldog now she's gaining weight quick. Little cutest little belly on her right now. She's about 12 weeks old, and she probably weighs, I'm guessing, I don't know, 6-7 pounds now, right?
Little pot bellies on puppies.
Little pup belly, so cute. It's all pink and stuff, right?
Ugh.
So I've...
Ugh. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at you go cute. Ugh. Really? That's fucking terrible.
Are you sure?
Oh, look you. I like the real Tyra from fucking Friday Night Lights. I know she's blonde. You wouldn't hit it.
Gay! Gay!
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
Been putting her in the backyard by herself when I'm home. There are times where I just don't trust Riggins around her entirely yet because he was dog aggressive. He seems to be great now. I just don't want to risk it.
He was dog aggressive?
Dog aggressive? That's a term?
It goes... Where do these people live? Who talks like that?
Well, must be Atlanta people. Must be people from Atlanta that speak this way with their emotional load.
Dog aggressive.
They're dog aggressive puppies.
Okay, whatever.
Takes him one time and getting really, really angry, and this 60-pound bulldog could do some real damage, so I don't let him play unless I'm right on top of him. But there are times where she wants out of the pen, and I'm upstairs, and I'm working, and I put her in the backyard with a baby gate, but I won't do it when I'm not there, and I'm super, super nervous that a bird is going to come by somehow, some way in Sandy Springs and take her away if I don't have my eyes on things. And I can't tell if it's an irrational fear or if it's real or not.
I think.
So in other words,
you know who has that irrational fear?
Who?
No one.
Yeah, well, let me translate this story for you, Neely, because I don't think you're understanding.
No, you got to make sure you start it off. I have this friend.
Yeah, I have this friend. No, my read on this comes something like, man, we're close to the end of the show and we don't have much left. Let me invent something. Let me pull something out of my ass. We could talk about this for 15 minutes.
I have this irrational fear.
What a fucking tool.
What kind of a bird is going to swoop down and grab your 6-pound dog?
An eagle?
I'm sure this guy lives in a subdivision somewhere.
A vulture? A really big crow? This is a legitimate fear, Neely. And you're not balancing my emotional load by questioning it.
Right.
Stop it.
I think it's very rational. We have a massive hawk in our neighborhood.
See,
and we have a massive...
A massive hawk.
A hawk? See? Where does she live? In the fucking mountains?
It's in our neighborhood.
The mountains of Atlanta?
Owl in our neighborhood. And they could easily swoop in and pick up a 6-pound pup.
I don't know what they're capable of. Are they capable of picking up 10 pounds, 8 pounds, 7 pounds? I don't know. I've never seen an owl, but I have seen a bird with a really long wingspan. I think it's a condor or something.
I've seen...
Condor?
Condor? There's a lot of condors floating around in the neighborhood, aren't there?
Well, number one, condors are almost extinct, and you'll usually find them in California.
Corey Harker just texted me. Where'd it go? Did Bert lose an emotional load on the dog kidnapping?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think you have a condor in your neighborhood.
Might be an American eagle.
In my neighborhood, I've seen numerous times. My dog Moxie's like anywhere 12 to 15 pounds. She's lost a little bit of weight because of so many stairs now. Her poor little body has to climb up and down these stairs all the time.
Oh.
But I've seen birds of prey, especially back in the Northwest when I take her there. But bald eagles can yank a dog for sure.
Yeah, but you live in a gated community. I don't think you're going to have bald eagles swooping down on your dog.
You live in Atlanta. You probably got crows. And that's about it.
Black crows live in Atlanta.
Yeah, they're dead. Why do you think they named themselves that way?
Exactly.
It's the only bird of prey out there, apparently.
Right.
They weren't named. They weren't named the stolen dogs.
Exactly.
About this in the West all the time.
Mm-hmm. You got to be careful. You can't. I mean, they'll circle. We used to lose on the farm. We'd lose ducklings and ducks and other animals.
Yeah, they weigh 8 ounces.
Yeah. And you know what? Just like the guy said, you hear about it in the West all the time. Well, you live in the East! Fucking idiot. You know what? I hear about tsunamis on both coasts a lot, but I don't worry about them here in Ohio. You dumb shit.
Is it possible for a bird of prey to pick up a 6-pound dog? Yes. In your neighborhood, not so much.
Yeah, it's probably just as likely for a fucking tire to run over your 6-pound dog. So shut up. I bet you still walk into fucking
to
jizz
large
bag.
birds of prey. If they see one and they're hungry and they go in for it, it's gone.
But I'm in like a subdivision, right? So it's not,
Exactly. See? I knew it.
This guy stinks.
I live in a subdivision. Not any chance an eagle is going to come in and swoop down and get my pup.
I'm just waiting for his roverism to come in there and say, I have a friend that had a dog. It just disappeared. And they always suspected they found a feather in the backyard, so they always suspected it was a bird. Jesus. Really?
Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, it's me again, John from West Philly.
Hey, John, good to hear from you, pal.
Hey, I don't know what it is, but I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated.
Okay.
And I think it, I don't know if it has to do with you guys out in the Chicago area, the Akron area, Cleveland area, the Youngstown area, but I find that the Mandarin, to be politically correct, they can't drive. I get cut off all the time. They
The
seem
Mandarins?
Did you say the Mandarins?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Asian people?
Hey, you tell me.
So
Indians?
this is on your
Mr.
mind, and you
Wendell?
thought of us? You thought of us
Mr.
to say,
Wendell?
hey, do we have Asian thoughts about drivers who are Asian or Mandarin?
Mr. Wendell,
Yes.
you tell me. Mr. Wendell, you tell me, because you know what? I feel half the time I'm getting cut off. And they cut in front, and they're in the left lane doing about 45 and a 65, and then I can't take it. I can't take it, and I'm ready to lose my mind.
Oh.
And I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that is, because it's slowing down the economy. Big semis are trying to get through.
Slowing down the
they're
economy, really? Wow.
He's got a good point.
they're hogging the left lane, and our big Peterbilt and Kenworths can't get by.
He's got a good point, Neely.
I mean, we've got freight to get through to the next town, and they're holding it up, and then.
And they should know better, because they certainly drive fast enough delivering food.
That's true, and you see a
See?
lot of them on the bike, and the bike has a little motor on it. They're not even pedaling,
right.
and they have this little motor on it.
Yeah. I saw those too in 1972 in Viet Cong.
You're right. And Da Nang,
Yeah.
it's going off in Da Nang,
That's right.
and cats are running for their lives. They're running for their lives. They're running.
Well, I'm going to play this little clip for you, and this is just for you.
Thank you, Mr. Wendell.
So keep your ears open. This is just for you. There you go.
Mr. Stephen Piercy. He's great. We love Mr. Stephen Piercy around here.
I can't take it.
We got Stephen, his old Arcade, the band Arcade. Buddy of mine played guitar. Mr. Donnie Syracuse from Westchester, PA. Played with Mr. Piercy.
All right.
Excellent. All right, man. Well, we're going to
Anyway,
get back
let's
to
get back to the
we're going to get
Mandarin.
back to the Bert Show.
All right. Thanks, fellas. But just watch out for the Mandarins, because they'll
All
cut
right.
you off. But we love them, and they have good food, but they'll cut us off on the highway. All right, fellas.
Hail and
I'm
kill.
done for the night.
All right.
Good night. Hail and kill.
You got to get caller ID on that phone, dude.
I know. The Mandarins?
The Mandarins.
The Mandarins. All right, here we go.
All right.
Not like exactly out in the country.
Birds fly over the whole country. They don't see they're not like, oh, that's Sandy Springs. That's a suburb. We can't go in there.
For that gated
I hate her.
She's like she's like Dino on the Flintstones.
What's her name? Kristen or Julie or something?
Yeah, Julie, I think.
Julie?
Yeah, she's tough. Tough listen.
Yeah. Great to fuck, tough to date. Because you'd have to listen to her.
community.
That's limited airspace.
They pay a lot of taxes there. We're going to leave those homes alone.
Oh, is that Fulton County? I'm about.
Oh my God, is that OTP? I'm not headed there.
Forget about Fulton. We'll go get dogs into cats.
Ugh. Now she's doing 19-year-old ghetto kid. White girl doing ghetto kid never works.
Right.
Wow. That stinks.
So you don't have to worry about them getting. If a red-tailed hawk, which are in Atlanta and Georgia, if one of those things came in at like 35, 40 miles an hour to try to take her off, she's probably going to be, injured to the point of close to death too. I mean,
stop it! Stop it!
All right, I'm done with the Bert Show. I don't think I can take any more of the Bert Show.
Yeah, because I can't take it.
This is bad.
Right. Okay, I'll give you one more choice. We can go back to the Cumulus story.
All right.
Or we can go to one more segment on the Bert Show.
I have a feeling you want to go to one more segment on the Bert Show, so go ahead.
Profile picture drama. Is Bert being petty or is he right?
Oh, this sounds important. Let's go to that.
Profile pic drama.
Yeah, this sounds like now we're getting to the hard hitting news.
Right. All right, here we go.
All right.
The Bert Show.
So many things can cause tension in your relationship, right? Now that we've added social media to the equation, that's another thing that you guys can have tension about, right? And it happened to me.
Yeah, don't be on it. Do what I do. Don't be on it.
I like how he's talking about having tension, couples tension.
Over
While he's got the fucking band playing behind him. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what a good solution is to tension in a relationship regarding social media?
Yeah.
Don't have it.
Or shared accounts. Never mind. Nothing makes me scream homo more than when I get a text from like a friend or somebody on Facebook and it's like Bill and Michelle's account or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the dual name account because she holds your balls so tightly you can't even have your own fucking Facebook account. Ugh. That's the worst. Now I sound like Bert. Maybe that's my audition tape. Can you send that to Bert?
The Chris Show.
The Chris Show. No, I don't want my own show.
Oh, you just want to be one of his whack pack.
Yeah, I can't handle that emotional load, Neely.
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
Stop it.
Me yesterday, but I was super unsure about it. Really unsure about it. So let me read you the text that I sent to Cassie. All right, because when I was dating before, social media wasn't really a big deal. All right, it wasn't anything in the equation.
I.
What are you, some rapper now?
Let me ask you this.
I. Okay.
So I'm at an age where perhaps I don't understand the etiquette of millennials when it comes to etiquette and stuff like that. So I'm a little unsure.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
This is literally the Rover model.
I told you, this is Rover's morning glory.
I've got a friend.
Yeah.
I am the friend.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do.
Sometimes on what's right, what's not, what's proper, what's not. So I send a picture of my girlfriend Tiffany to Cassie. And this is the text I write. Full disclosure. It says, Kay, this is just between you and me. Clearly.
When you start off with that and you're texting another girl and you got a chick and then this is just between you and me and then your chick finds that. So why are you having this discussion? Why are you having secrets with this other girl?
Yeah, this relationship's going to last.
Yeah. As soon as you start that shit, it's over.
It's not.
And everyone else.
I'm calling myself out. This is just between you and me. I'm an old F and maybe don't understand social media entirely, is what I write. So this is Tiff's new Facebook profile pic. A pic we took together at the Falcons game last week. But clearly she's adjusted it, so she's just in it. And I wrote, rubs me the wrong way. Am I being petty, or is this something that happens a lot? And then I say,
God. Really? He's that worried about her fucking profile.
Yeah, she cropped him out.
It's not a shared account, dick fuck. Oh my God.
We took the picture together, but she cropped me out of the photo.
I need to be in there. I need attention to me. Holy smokes.
I want her to advertise that we're together.
Yeah. This guy, are we sure this isn't the girl in the relationship?
Well, the way things have been going recently,
yeah,
most of the guys are the girl in the relationship.
Eddie rocks, an old F, an old faggot.
Yeah.
Good one.
Truth. So let me just show you the picture, okay?
Okay.
Because 10% of me is in it, but 90% of me is not. So I wasn't really sure what statement it was making.
It's not a statement. Maybe she just liked how she looked in the picture and she just wanted it for her profile pic.
Neely, you're not feeling his emotional load here. She wounded him emotionally. You're not helping support him. You're not lifting him up. Come on, Neely. Bert needs you.
All right.
Know that I was a little offended by it, and I couldn't tell why. I wasn't sure if I should be, if this is something that happens a lot online or not. All I knew is before I engaged in a conversation with Tiffany about it, I just wanted to be a little bit educated.
Why are you even having that discussion? That's a discussion that never needs to be brought up, because all you're going to do is you're just going to get, well, I noticed on your Facebook page that we took this picture together at the Falcons game and you cropped me out of it. Is there a reason for that? I mean, what is the message you're trying to send?
Well, Tiffany, I changed my Facebook status, but you didn't change yours. What's going on? Aren't we together? Oh, my God.
So at that point, Cassie writes back, and I haven't proofread this morning. Can I read everything that you wrote?
Yes.
Okay. Ha ha, you're not old. I totally see what you're saying, but I don't think you should take it personally at all. I rarely put someone else in my profile pic and have cropped Chad, her fiance, out of so many pictures. And yes, I like him, she writes. As long as she's posting pictures of the two of you together, other places in her social media, Facebook newsfeed, Insta, there's zero reason to read into it, in my opinion. Do you guys?
This is
such petty bullshit.
Who listens to this for fucking 4 hours a day?
Well, I think outside of you and I and maybe a lot of our listeners,
yeah,
this is really how people interact.
No way.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never come across anybody that is like this. Have you?
Look at you're part of the Bert Show.
Look at
got a big smile on your face. You're just so fucking happy to be there.
I am. And that's a good place for me, too, where I don't have to exude my emotional load by being the star. That's good.
Look at you. You're just like happy to be there.
Oh, happy.
Just one of the group.
Got a little bit of a giraffe neck going there. It's good.
Little group think going on there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could join the show.
Yeah, you're sandwiched between the The two
The
chicks.
hot girl and the other one.
Yeah.
The other one looks like she just stumbled into the picture.
Yeah, she did.
She doesn't look like she actually belongs there. They just took a picture and she happened to be there, like she was cleaning the room or something.
Right. You got a look on your face like you know something the rest of them don't.
I do. I can smell her cunt.
Brian doesn't entirely agree with that.
I mean, generally, and listen, I love Tiff. Generally, I want to preface what I'm going to say by saying, like, I don't think she meant to be, like, to hurt your feelings a little bit on that one. I see why it rubbed you the wrong way, and here's why. Now,
really? You know this? You know the reason why?
Here's the answer. Don't bring that up again, faggot. That's the answer.
All right.
Because I think you can crop people out, because I do think, like, profile pictures, I want it just to be me so people know who the hell's profile it is. But you got to crop it down to a square. Like, the way she's got it is like a full body, and she cropped out both sides, so it's like a long body shot of her.
Right.
But it's got all this empty space.
And
like,
Where you could be there.
you could totally be there.
Or I could be there, so I have...
That girl is funny. Holy cow. She's bringing the laughter, Neely. Wow. Are they really having a 10-minute conversation about a fucking profile?
Yeah, apparently they are.
Holy cow.
Clearly been taken out of the equation. So I was... Because Brian is speaking what my heart was speaking yesterday. Is that
he's Brian speaking.
he was
your
speaking my heart.
language.
He was, because yesterday I felt like
Just gotta have the chick on there.
She really is nails across the fucking chalkboard.
It is.
And I mean like carpenter nails that'll cut you in half.
Right.
She is awful.
Okay, if she's going to do that, make sure I'm entirely out of the picture. I'd rather entirely be out of the picture.
What difference does that make? You can barely see what it is that's standing next to her. So why do you got to be entirely out of the picture? Well, my sleeve of my shirt was in there.
How about this, dickhead? Don't look at her profile.
Yeah.
You're fucking her, for God's sakes. Do you need to know what she's doing on Facebook? More than likely, you're fucking eating with her. You don't need to look to see what she had for lunch. Fucking jizzball. God.
And then Cassie said just the opposite. No, she's clearly not trying to hide me, which I didn't think she was.
I know, but I just wanted to point out, like, it wasn't like she didn't... Like, she looks smoking hot in that picture. Like, if I looked like her in that picture, I would be posting that full body shot.
So let me just give you the history. I love Tiffany in white. I think she just looks hot. White, white, white. So she wore white pants, and she has a white Matt Ryan jersey that she wore to the Falcons game. So she looks smoking hot, and I probably told her, I don't know, no less than 3,298 times. So that's why I think.
But I think my thing is that because your face is still in it, like a little bit, like you can clearly see she's standing with someone, like she's not trying to crop you out of it. Like in my experience with my age group and younger, the only people who have couples pics are married people.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Face.
This is so bad.
The Bert Show. Phil Lou's got up there in the chat room.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh.
Facebook pages.
Yeah, I don't know any, like, if I know any of my friends who aren't married, it's rare if they ever do a couple's profile picture. Now, they post pictures of them with their significant other places, but profile pics, just for you.
Which is fine, so long as there's no evidence of the other person, I think, in...
Shut up!
No evidence.
No evidence. Good Lord. This is... Why are we trying to make fucking sense of a bad show?
I don't know. I think it's just funny because we just can't believe that this is actually a show that probably gets sponsors.
Oh, I'm sure it does. It's on 100 in the middle of the dial.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sponsored show. The sad part is this is probably there's probably 6 minutes of commercials in between each section, 18 minutes an hour of commercials. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet it's sold out. People think the Bert Show is funny here in Atlanta. I could just hear the program director right now sitting in a meeting with the rest of the station doing that whole thing. Whatever you do, twice an hour, you got to upsell the morning show. Upsell the morning show, but talk about that you were listening and how funny it was.
Yeah.
I remember those meetings, sitting in meetings with we used to get that all the time with make sure that you mention that you listen to the morning show, which I would never do.
Of course not.
I was never going to plug fucking Rover's Morning Glory. That was never, ever going to happen. Not out of my mouth.
Sure. Well, there's 2 minutes left of this, so let's see what the conclusion is.
All right.
The picture.
I've done it to Bart.
You have?
Yeah, but he wasn't like he was cropped out of it. He was just in the back and he was blurred. It was one of those pictures where we're holding hands and I'm leading in the front, so it's a very clear picture of me, and there's a blurry furry thing in the back, and that's my husband, Bart.
See, I think that picture is really good. She looks great in that picture. I just unfortunately think that's not a profile picture, only because if you're going to do that profile picture, you got to go for the square shot so it's no blank space.
Now you're
now it just looks. I'm just saying, hey, hold on. I'm just saying, like, how I would take it if I was Bert is like, oh, I get it. You want to be you and post that picture. It just doesn't not a profile picture to me because there's too much empty space.
I wasn't worried about the.
Can I just say that it's not fair to the listener to have a discussion that involves a Bert and a Bart? That's way too confusing. I was with Bert and Bart and Bert and Bart and then Bart, then Bert. All right. Just pick one and talk about one of them. It's too hard to keep track. Yeah, good point, Rockstar.
I was worried about being offended about being cut.
Hold on. Rockstar makes a great point. Bert, what a dickhead name. If your name was Bert, wouldn't you come up with a radio name? For God's sakes, Bert?
Bert.
You know, this is supposed to be playing to what, like 30-year-olds? I'm assuming, like 25 to 35, 25 to 40, would you guess?
Probably a younger demographic, yeah.
Do you think anybody in this area, do you think anybody our age named our kids Bert?
No.
That was a fucking name from the 50s. You know, do you think that's his real name, Bert? Honestly.
Burton.
Do you think his mom hated him that much?
Bert.
They named him Bert. What are you named after? A fucking character on Sesame Street.
Right.
Yeah, I'm Bert.
Yeah.
It's my brother Ernie. My grandpa Grover. And Jesus Christ. Come on.
That's his cut.
I would have a fake name. I always stuck to using my real name on the radio, but if my name was Bert, I think I would have probably gone with something else.
It's the Bert Show, man.
The Bert Show. That sounds terrible all by itself. Who names a show after a one-word name, a one-syllable name?
It's the Bert Show.
Hey, it's me. It's the Joe Show. There's not a single syllable name that will work there.
Yeah.
It's the Abe Show. It's the Bill Show. None of it works. It's all lousy. But I guess in Atlanta it works. The Bert Show.
Right.
Out of it, 90% of me being cut out of it.
Why are you offended, though? That's what I'm trying to say, because I thought you might be offended that she was like trying to hide you or something, but you're clearly in it. So what is it that's offending you?
I couldn't put my finger on it. But before you responded back to me yesterday,
I can put my finger on it. You're a faggot. Anybody be worried about that is a faggot.
Yeah. Your emotional load is overbearing right now. Overbearing. Man. He's too focused on this.
Yeah, bullshit.
He's real focused on this fucking picture.
I don't know. I got more things in my day to be concerned about instead of a profile picture of my chick.
You know what? I'm going to look at my profile picture right now. I got to make sure it's fucking right. Let me take a look. Well, you know, I have my profile picture as me with this colonel putting a medal on me.
Well, if I saw your Facebook, I wouldn't know whose Facebook that is. I couldn't tell if it's you or the colonel.
Maybe I should crop the colonel out.
Probably.
So it's just me. Find a way to Photoshop out his hand or something.
Yeah,
holding
sure.
the medal.
Yeah, because if you got even 5% of him in there, it's...
Yeah, I don't want any of that in there.
Right.
Might have to change my profile picture immediately. Very concerned about this.
Right.
My emotional load is fucking not handling this well.
Yeah, you're being crippled by your emotional load.
I really am. This is too much.
To get petty with her.
Oh, God.
So I started sending her pictures of us together that I thought really looked good. And
See, this guy's way too concerned. He's so afraid that he's going to lose his chick.
Yeah. She's probably way out of his league.
Probably, and he's like, what do I got to do to keep her? Because I want people to know that she's got a man.
Yeah, and apparently by having a man, she's supposed to have another girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, what a fucking fruit.
Yeah. I keep sending her pictures of us together.
How about you act like a man?
Yeah.
How about you try that? She might actually like having a man that doesn't fucking judge fucking skirts and fucking lip gloss with her. Fucking queer. Jesus.
And I cropped myself out of all of them. So there's one. Here's a picture with me and her 4-year-old and Tiffany, and I took myself out of it. And here's a real close picture of the two of us on vacation, and I just took 90% out of myself out of the pictures.
You pulled a Ryan Reynolds Blake Lively, but you did it in the opposite manner.
Now, she got last laugh. Now, she and I...
So funny.
Oh, my God.
You pulled a Ryan Reynolds. There's my current news reference of the minute. I'm keeping it good, keeping it clean, keeping it fun, because we're really fun.
Yeah.
Ugh. Terrible.
Haven't discussed this. So she said, I just want to let you know, because you were upset that I changed my profile picture for it. And I said, cool. So I went online to look at it, and she's like in this low-cut tank top and looking all way sexier in it than she was in that picture. So it's backfired on me big time.
Photoshop yourself into the corner of it, like peeking in.
I just really didn't know. So I'm glad I had you to go to default to yesterday, because I really felt like, man, I make fun of my looks a lot, but I'm really not entirely serious about it, or maybe I should be. Entertainment Buzz coming up next.
Selena Gomez on why she let Justin Bieber back in her life. And your next Entertainment Buzz on The Bert Show.
All right.
Can't wait for that.
Wow.
The Selena Gomez update. I'm tuning in for that.
Does anybody really care about that shit?
I do. She's a hot little piece of fucking Latina pussy.
Yeah. See, she went blonde now.
Did she?
Yeah.
I must look that up. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But she's like all kinds of fucked up with like fucked up health stuff, isn't she?
Yeah, she gave away her kidney or something.
And like she has like lupus or something.
I don't know.
I don't want to be fucking a chick that's rotting away from the inside.
Yeah, she went blonde now.
Well, good for her.
She got rid of the dark locks.
What does she do? Is she still famous for anything?
Well, she's a singer and a actress, I guess, right?
What's her big movie? The Witches of Waverly Place?
I don't
That's
know.
the best thing I remember her from, and that was when my kids were kids. Wow. I don't know, but the Bert Show. Maybe they'll have Selena Gomez on them. Boy, that'll give me 2 reasons to listen. Bert and Selena. That would be fantastic. All right, I think we have to keep an eye on the Bert Show.
Oh, boy.
I like the Bert Show.
That is a tough listen.
You wouldn't listen to that every day?
No, of course not.
Dude, why don't you look and see? They got to have a tune-in app or tune-in station, don't they?
I'm sure they do. I mean, the website has a tune-in live thing.
Well, dude, for God's sakes, plug it into your iPhone so that on your drive every morning, you could turn off the Chicago radio and tune into the Bert Show. All right, I'll give you $50 if you do that for 1 week.
Listen to the Bert Show for a week?
Every day for a week.
Boy. That would be a tough listen.
That would be 5 hours of the Bert Show for you in a week.
Yeah. Well, no, it'd be more than that because I think that show's a couple hours long.
No, I'm just saying just in your commute.
Oh, just the commute?
Just the commute. But you can't even call me or anybody else.
Oh.
You have to just sit there and listen to the Bert Show.
You're going to listen to the Bert Show.
I think I'd win that bet that if you turn it off even for a minute or to take a phone call or anything, you lose the $50.
Yeah.
I'd win that bet.
Sure.
You would call me by Tuesday going, I can't fucking do it. Fuck you and your $50.
Yeah. It's probably the same way when Rover took over the Stern stations.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
I tried to listen to that. I listened to that for 2 days, and I was just like, I can't take this.
Yeah, that's brutal. Just the most hokiest, fakest bullshit ever. I got this friend, and he just happens to fuck snail shells for fun. Let me tell you about that. Shut up. Rover stinks.
Right.
Love Doogie. I'll always say that. I love her. She's a total sweetheart, but everybody else on that show stinks. And the show itself stinks. Oh, it's time for the shizzy.
Yep. All right. Well, before we take a break, I wanted to read the last line in this Cumulus story.
Okay.
That's kind of what started this whole radio thing.
Sure.
So you think $1 billion in debt is pretty bad?
Sounds bad.
All right, well, listen to this.
Okay.
iHeartMedia's quarterly losses hit $248 million, raising substantial doubt about its future. Debt is putting the squeeze on iHeartMedia, the only radio company bigger than Cumulus.
Mm-hmm.
The San Antonio-based giant, with its 850-plus stations, has debts exceeding, drumroll please, $20 billion.
Oh, God. God, and I just saw yesterday or today that they tried to make a settlement agreement, and all the creditors told them, fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We're going to lose our iHeartRadio channel.
$20 billion.
So do you think that we still have an iHeart channel by the end of 2018?
Does anybody listen to it?
We actually do decent numbers.
I'm going to have to look at those stats, but still. How do you even get to a point of being $20 billion without shutting the doors $10 billion ago?
I don't know. That seems a little high there.
When I heard Sirius XM before the merger that Sirius was $4 billion in debt,
yeah,
I thought that was staggering.
Yeah, that was
$20 billion.
Well, why do you think that they're so fucking? They can't pay their bills. Why do you think that is? I mean, the stations here. I can only speak for the stations that are here that are Clear Channel. And I was on one. When I was on WMMS. We were always sold out. We always sold our ads. And I know like people not from here won't know, but Mike Trevisano is probably the biggest name in Cleveland radio today. Okay. I would think. You agree with that?
Well, I used to listen to him, but that was 12, 13 years ago.
There's nobody that's risen up. I mean, it's not Rover. Rover would probably be second. But Trevisano gets a lot of listenership. And he's got to do 20 minutes of fucking commercials an hour. I mean, he literally does like 4-minute segments now, and then they go to commercials. And then the news and the traffic, and then back to the fucking commercials, and then back for 4 or 6 more minutes. He only does maybe 25 minutes of radio an hour.
Sure.
And so you got to think that show's making a fucking ass load of money, don't you think?
Yeah, but how about all the markets or the stations that aren't making any money?
Yeah, but how are they not making any money? What I don't understand is why aren't they making any money? Why is Mike Trevisano only a Cleveland show? I mean, I know he only talks about Cleveland shit, but you could adjust that. You could adjust that easily enough, and put it in 15 markets and probably sell the same amount of advertising in all 15 markets, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't under. Is it just bad business with these Clear Channel stations?
I just think that there's a mass exodus of listeners. I just don't think that they can charge the same, that they have to do cut rate deals on these advertisers.
Yeah. That could be true too.
And it's just not enough to cover the nut.
But even that, you said there's 850 stations?
850 stations.
Man, that's a lot of debt per station, though.
$20 billion.
See, 850 divided by 23. 1, 2, 3. Well, that doesn't work. I did it backwards.
It's 20 billion divided by 850.
Yeah, I'm a fucking tard when it comes to math. 20. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 20 million. 2, 3. 20 billion divided by 850. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's $23.5 million of debt per station.
Yep.
Per station. That's a shitload.
Hey Siri, what is 20 billion divided by 850? It's 23
billion. 23.5 billion or million.
Yeah, it's $23,529,411.
Right. It's $23.5 million of debt per station.
Per station, yep.
My God. Well, maybe they could fix it by just pulling the Bert Show into several of these low markets. That'll bring the listeners back.
Sure, I'm sure it will.
It would. Think of the emotional load they could take off their shoulders.
Right.
Wow. Well, it's been nice having an iHeart station.
Right.
I guess people are just going to have to go to YouTube.
Too silly. All right, let's take a short break.
All right.
And we'll come back and we'll do some more stuff. But
sounds good.
Well, there you go. It's the Bert Show and radio going under.
Well, see ya.
The stall.
We've done, 2 segments tonight?
Yeah.
3?
3,
and we're done.
Yeah, we got an hour and 15 minutes to go.
Holy cow, this went really fast.
We talked tonight.
We did.
We had something to say.
You know what? We were funny tonight. The LaQuisha Jeans is an all-time home run. And you got me screaming and hollering more than I have in a long time. My throat actually hurts from yelling.
Well, you can thank Pat Daniel for that.
Well, thank you, Pat. Glad I could entertain you with my emotional load.
Right.
Thanks.
Let me give you a load.
Yeah.
Emotional load. Never heard of such a stupid thing.
And hopefully never will again. Although we're going to keep an eye on the Bert Show.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we could do a little more with that show.
That was almost as good as Chainsaw and Buzzsaw or whatever the fuck that show was out of San Diego.
Dude, we need to start looking for more of those kind of shows. Because if that's what radio is turning into right now, we can just do this forever.
Right.
This could be the new Talking Metal segment, is just us looking at regular morning show radio.
Just terrible shows.
I know. I mean, I know that's a hacky bit that we're stealing from O&A. It's like Jocktober. But so what? They're not doing it anymore, so why can't we do it? We'll give credit where credit's due. They did it first.
Right.
But it's still funny to point out how fucking bad radio is.
It's terrible.
And it's fun to point it out.
Yeah. just kids, people who listen to us and actually do some radio, like, Kendall, she does radio. I don't know other people who do it. Just don't ever be part of bad radio.
Yeah, no kidding. Either do it right or just don't.
Just
or
don't.
Do it for fun and find a little station somewhere that lets you do it for fun.
Right.
Look at it. CMS discovered Shadow Steel. That is untrue, my friend. Shadow Steel is a legend. Dude, Shadow, I've told you that Shadow is my friend on Facebook. Right?
Yeah, you've said that. You've exchanged messages with him and things.
Yeah. So Shadow has I don't know what you would call it. It's some sort of an obsession with a particular Burger King in Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
And he's constantly taking photos and making commentary on his Facebook about this fucking Burger King.
Okay.
And somebody actually asked him, like, he had all these pictures and it looked like something was going on at the Burger King. This was like earlier this week.
All right.
And somebody said, well, are you like involved with the Burger King? You know, are you working with them, or are you doing a project with them, or what's going on? And he goes, no, just a diehard fan of the Seneca Street Burger King or whatever the fucking place.
Okay.
And I was like, come on, dude, you're just a fan of a Burger King? Who the fuck is a fan of a Burger King?
I don't know.
I mean, Shadow, I love Shadow. I'm amazed that he still talks to me after,
He probably don't even remember.
Oh, he remembers. I know that to be true.
How do you know that to be true?
Because we've talked about it. Him and I have talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, real brief. I mean, he's not mad or anything about it. He said that he didn't think it was funny when we did the interview.
Oh, I think it's
this
hysterical.
was like a year and a half ago, 2
Okay.
years ago. But it wasn't a big deal. But it was just a casual chat. But who is a fan of a Burger King? What's your favorite Burger King, Neely?
I don't have.
There it is. That's the picture right there.
Okay.
That's him in the thing. And ask Kendall, if you can, look in his comments, and somebody asks him something about, is he involved with it in some way?
So is that him in the foreground?
That's Shadow.
That's
yeah.
him, huh? I never seen the guy. I wouldn't know what he looked like.
Yeah. He doesn't look like his voice, does he?
No, not at all.
I'm here at the Burger King, founded in 1945 on Station Street in wonderful Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Wilkes-Barre, a town founded in 1931.
Yeah. Wow.
I love Shadow, man. He's a trip, but he's obsessed with this fucking Burger King.
All right. Well, maybe he's got a share in it or something.
No, he said, but that's the whole thing. Somebody asked him that in his Facebook. Somebody asked him if he was involved with this Burger King.
Well, how is he on the inside while they're doing a remodel job?
I have no idea. But he's there. And there. See, look, right there it is. Kendall posted it. What's your involvement with the renovations? No involvement, just customer of the century.
However, that was... Oh, okay. Well, see, that kind of makes sense that was his first job in 1973.
Okay, but now he's inside the place while they're remodeling it.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of get it in some regard. I mean, it's obsessive. I get that part, but being the fact that it's still standing and it was his first job when it was a Carol's.
Okay.
And, now it's being renovated, and I get it. It's like reliving, old memories, I guess.
Right. I guess, but it's a Burger King.
Yeah, it's kind of hallowed ground is what he says. It's special to him.
You know what? I'm going to go this week over to St. Joan of Arc Church over in Streetsboro this week. I'm going to take some pictures for you. I'm going to bring them to the show next week. That was my first job.
Right.
Cutting grass for the church.
Yeah, but that probably was some like good memories for him, because this was probably, this was obviously the early 70s.
Right.
And things were a little more simpler then, and it was just like, that was the time that you were growing up and kind of, learning to be adult and making your own money and all that stuff. I kind of get it. In a way. It's a sentimental thing for this guy.
And I'm not shitting on him. I just was like, dude, a Burger King?
Yeah, but after reading the rest of the post, now it makes a little sense.
Yeah.
It's just a sentimental memory for this guy.
Right.
I get it.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Shadow's still around.
All right. Very good. Look at us being part of the Bert Show.
Yeah. There we go.
Look at that. You're reaching down and squeezing that blondie's ass.
Yeah. You know I am. Mm-hmm.
I love that hairstyle on me. So good.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to play some tunage here. I'm going to play some Steel Razor.
All right.
And this is the Metal Maniac.
All right, cool.
All right, we're going to play a couple tunes. We'll be back. We'll wrap up the show. So here it is. It's Steel Razor exclusively here
On your classic metal show.